that this stream has just disconnected. Unbelievable. I don't know why it's just done that, but it did, and it's ridiculous. Absolutely no reason for it. Because there's nothing wrong with my internet connection. Pardon me. Just checking some steady stats right here. I need to see if that's broken the stream into two, or if it's seriously doing my head in. Right, carry on. Who is stinking up the joist? Our striker's not firing. Time to make a change then, isn't it? Index is coming on. And that's going to do for now. Right, we've got the football. Can we do something amazing with it, please? Pretty please, with a cherry on top. We like goals. Here we go. Ball over top. Kim Dong-soo, rounds the keeper. It's gone wide. Whatever happened wasn't me. It was a Twitch problem because Twitch is seriously misbehaving now on my telephone. Here we go. We retain possession. I'm going to go positive. This is doing my head in. Got 10 minutes left. And we are going to make a couple of changes here, I think. Yom's going to come on that side. And I think we're going to drop one in here. Let's see if this can help turn this game around a little bit. We're going to go attacking. Nothing. We need a striker desperately. We should not have drawn that game, and they're points we can't afford to be dropping. Disappointing. Not at all what I wanted to have happen here. So we stay 3 points adrift of Suwon. I really want to win the league this season. The 12 games unbeaten, which is pretty good, but a lot of those have been draws. We just go back to the schedule and have a look. Look at this. This whole month has been just pants. Every time a striker starts scoring, they just stop. I don't know what to do about it. I'm not pretty happy with how the defence did in that game. It wasn't awful, but I will feel better with Francesco Donati back in there. He needs to be available for Rezzies. You also need to be available for Rezzies. Oh, we need Ben Davis back. 2 more weeks. Ben Davis is the best player at the club by a country mile, and he's been injured, and that's hurting us because he's been fantastic so far this season. But oof, we need him back. Desperately need him back in the mix. Moving on. Excuse me for a moment. you wonder what I'm up to when I'm looking down here, I've got the phone on my desk and I usually use it to monitor what the stream's doing, and then I know if disconnects or whatever else is happening. And it just won't like Twitch at the moment, which is how I know the problem's not on my end. We've got Gimtron next, which is a team that all the players in South Korea who have to perform compulsory military service go to as a part of that. 13 games unbeaten is a new record. Unfortunately, it's kind of costing us a good run at the league at the moment. Recruitment meetings are a waste of time. Whoops. That was stupid. That was really dumb. We don't have any super amazing prospects popping up here. This guy would be great to sign. Good news is he's coming to us on the 3rd of July. So that's nice. We've scouted a bunch of players. So Choi Ho Wan and Ha Si Jin are two players I'd love to have here. We did have them. They left. Which isn't great. Marvin Park is listed for 190 grand. It's 26. And he can play in a bunch of places. That's intriguing. Can't play central mid. Let's have a close look at him. Information. A winger. Don't need a winger. We really need a striker. That's what we need. We do have our hero Lee In-gyu coming back very soon. But not soon enough. It's a month and a bit away. We need him back faster than that. We just got caught out losing Choi Ho Wan, our striker, the way we did. Far less than ideal. It was not at all on the cards, and we got caught out by our minimum fee release clause, which is something I've been exceptionally careful with ever since. I'm just going to check the job centre again in case anything needs to come up. A couple have, and we will absolutely apply. Nope. We've applied for all these. Yes. Again, we're not super desperate to leave Jeonnam. Been loving the club, having a great time. But we need to get to Europe. And being in Korea doesn't help us with the mission anymore. Yep, it absolutely split the stream in two with that little disconnect. Thanks Twitch, you're awesome. We love you. Okay, I think we're okay now. Excellent stuff. Driving along while we continue wise. Transfer window's gonna open again soon. I would spend every penny we had on a striker if there were any decent ones around. Maybe we just bring someone up in the dev center. These guys are too young and aren't allowed to play because they're on youth contracts. If we compare him with, say, Lee Ji-hoon. Lee Ji-hoon's got better mentals, better physicals, but otherwise they're pretty level, and he's a lot younger. Interesting. Check the reserve squad out. What have we got going on down here? Lot of potential. Lots and lots of potential. This guy I've already got down here. So, you know what we're going to do? He's waiting international duty anyway. Let's swap him around. We're going to try the kid. That's what we're going to do. Swings profile, development, training. Train the striker as an advanced forward on attack. Yes, that is what you're going to do, and you're going to work on your shooting. Huzzah! Let's see if we can build ourselves a striker, hey? We've done it before. The youth development so far in this save has been out of this world, which is why we've had players poached by Hertha Berlin, Paris Saint-Germain, Seattle in the MLS, whatever. But yeah, back in the young players and getting things moving has absolutely served us well. So the more we can do that, happier I'm going to be. Just see what happens, I guess. It's the worst that can happen. We've got strikers who aren't scoring goals. Play kid, bangs in a hat-trick. Benny Davis has finished his language course. After a year and a half, he can speak basic Korean. They want us to send him on another one, which we will, so we can speak it better. But that's kind of scary. If Ben Davis has been as good as he has been, and he hasn't been able to speak the language, even now that he's got like basic communication down, how much better is he going to be? Just saying. Kids train well, good stuff. Jeonnam Chan has also been training okay, but they're not asking me to drop any praise, so we won't, and I'll keep my opinions to myself. He's got to earn a pat in the head like everybody else. Oh, Sandley play development. Are you for real? Us though. 8 players for the national team. Not bad. Choi Hae-won, by the way, our striker, he's not with us anymore. Was best player at the World Cup in 2026. Not the actual World Cup that's just been. He wasn't there. That's why I've never heard of him. But he was at this one on Earth 4, and he was awesome. Which is probably why he's not here anymore. Sad times. Carry on. We've got a pretty quick turnaround in the next game too. Okey-doke. This song sucks. That's more like it. That's more up my alley. No, never hit the suggested squad button. It's garbage. Gumchan missing a bunch of players. Excellent. I hope they never come back. I'm a monster. Meow. Made a mistake. I started reading press conference questions again. Why would I do that? Nobody cares. It's fine. Oh, itchy nose. Let's go. We're going to win this one. Got a very good record against Kim Chun. Let's not mess it up. More winnings. Winnings all round. My chair was too high. I had to adjust my chair. Here we go. So much loading. So much loading here. The other thing we did, a couple of streams back, in an effort to coax the game or encourage the Football Manager guys to help us out with the move to Europe, is we unloaded a bunch of leagues that we don't need anymore because they're lower reputation, and a move there, it would be an absolute step backwards in the career, and we added in more European leagues. So that should help, but they don't come into effect until like the 1st of June or 1st of July or something like that. all our load times and everything shouldn't be affected by it, but it should mean more doors get open to us than otherwise available. Tempted. That's really very tall. That's what we like to see. Yes. I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna play Aguilar in here. We'll give Turkman a break. He's got that big game coming up next. And, no, I want to play Guan. We might play Guan here. No. Leave it as is. Picked it for a reason. Let's go. This is good winning football game music right here. Team talk, nobody cares. So often the case. We're at home. And we need to turn this run around. So one playing today, so if Pokane could do us a favour, that would be unreal. Not very likely, this one have been in excellent form. And we're off to a flyer from Park Seung-min. The crowd goes absolutely mild, as usual. From a set piece, you love to see it. Simple header, near post, keeper can't get to it. Job done. Let's not let them hit us on the counter from the kickoff, hey? There we go. We'll get there first. Here's Guan out to Yeonji Sung, our loanee from Ulsan, I believe. Oh, it should have been a goal. Jeonnam Chan, he sure does. Letting us down a little bit there. But here's Jeonnam again. He's broken through. Put himself in a dangerous spot. That's a weird pass back to Choi Tae-yun, but it worked. It's Aguilar. Don't screw it up. Back to Cho Mu-hyung. Over to Aguilar. Over to Jung Jae-yik. Chon. Chan. My apologies to John and his family. I meant no disrespect. We're doing alright. I'm gonna praise the lads. We're dominating. We just need to convert these chances, and that I've praised them. What? Are we going to concede a stupid goal? Nope. We'll pick it up. We're going to hit him hard on the counter. That's what we're going to do. Come on, lads. Go, 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 go. Forwards. Goes that way. That way. Park Seung-min looks very confused, dancing around on the football. Wasn't quite sure what to do with it, which is a bit of a concern. This is literally a job, young man. He's doing it again. Here we go. Now we're making some progress. Trying again from range. Oh, that was gorgeous. Absolutely lovely. Let's see that again in the slow-mo watch Majigo. And Pohang have gone 1-0 up against Suwon, which is even better. Here's Guan, through ball to Cheon, shoots from range, nails it. 2-0 to us. And now I'm much happier. That's how this stream works. We concede a goal, I get miserable and cranky and hate the world. And then when we score, everything's fine. I'm a fickle man. That'll put us level on points with Suwon as things stand. We need Pohang to hold on and do us solid. Well done on controlling possession. Just pump the lads up. We go again. More of the same. Yeah. Nearly conceded. This song's got swears in it. I apologise. Chungdon Chan, is that the kid? That is the kid, isn't it? I'm not crazy. You're crazy. We'll find out. We'll make a change shortly. We'll double check. But if it is, that's awesome. They've got a yon as well. That's not fair. The yons are ours. We get all the yons. We need to put pressure on that ball. Don't do anything stupid. I said don't do anything stupid. See? Now I'm miserable again. Absolutely miserable. Conceded the goal. It's all over. Everybody go home. There's a rubbish goal too. Like Aguilar should have stayed on his feet there and had that covered. Let's see if one. Maybe he saw it late because Cho was in front. Or Cho Young was in front of him. Maybe. But I don't know. It feels like one we should have really kept out. Do not concede another goal from the set piece. Oh. Taking our time finding a shape here. And we kind of just giving it straight back to him. Win the ball. No! Oh, we nearly gave it away in a very, very silly spot. And now we have. He's offside. Hey, look, it's in. Greetings, Mr. Lucas. How are you this lovely Tuesday evening? Oh, that goal's disallowed. Thank goodness. We've drawn a game so far that was rubbish. And we want to win this one. But for some reason, Gim trying to come back into it. And I don't care for it at all. Get it out of there. Ugh. Oh, he's hit the crossbar. Alright. Change of clock. Who's annoying me? John, come off. Turkman's going to come on just to try and shore things up. I'm sure he's not having a great game. But as usual, we don't have another left back because the kid sucks. Jeonnam to try and press what happened to the Bengals Bills. What happened in the Bengals Bills game? I got no idea. Get up. Oh, nearly. I just praise the lads, so I really hope we don't concede a goal here because then they'll just go on and lose. Ah! No, 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 no! We should not be this iffy at the back. How the hell have we done that? I've taken him straight off because that was ridiculous and that was such a stupid choice of pass by Lacey Juan. And it's going to cost us massively. So we want to come back against Payhang and now we're back to a 4-point gap. I'm livid. It's all gone a bit wrong here. That was really frustrating. Can we fit the next game, Ben? No. Ugh. Both here, I guess. Now we've got to play Seoul. We should not have drawn that game. We were 2-0 up. We had it in the bag. I'm literally lost for words after that one. I don't know what happened. It just collapsed. Didn't change the tactic. We didn't really change any personnel. We put better players on the pitch. It's baffling to me that our top scorer this season only has 5 goals. It's just going to make me more and more grumpy. Let's check Job Center. I'll go to... Ah, you're hiring again, are you? Maybe this time you'll pay attention. I'm right here. Come and get me. Man City need a manager. That'll do. It's a bit of a step down, but we'll take it. Why not? We could go to New York City FC in the MLS. Not interested. La Liga Santander. That would do nicely. I think that's everyone we'd give a crap about. Yep. Cool. Moving on. We've got to get interviews for some of these jobs. Surely. That's the other reason, Rook. What a bad run of form. It's just like, I want to get out of here. Look out! We're being raided. Everybody tuck your pants in your socks. Thank you for the raid, Natural Red. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you right here in the GP Dome. Even if I'm grumpy and cranky. How are you all doing? Welcome along, Natural Red folk. Good to have you here. You've joined us in time for what could be a very important match. Because we're just having the dumbest run of form ever. Look at this. What the hell's going on? We were fine. We were absolutely fine. And the wheels have just come off. Yes, Aussie here. We are in Adelaide, which is where we started this save, which is called Wizard of Oz. We started with Adelaide United. And our mission is to get to Europe and win the European Champions League. Because you can't do that from Australia. That's how football works. So we've made one move so far to Korea. We went to the K-League 2 with the mighty Jeonnam Dragons. There we are. We're awesome. Got promoted. Finished second in the league last season and won the Korean Cup. But we've applied for about 10,000 jobs, still trying to get to Europe this season. So... Tell me A-League? No. You've missed the A-League shenanigans. We did have a great time in the A-League though. We won the A-League finals in our second season. We won the FFA Cup in our first season. We sold 16-year-old Nestor Irankunda to Fiorentina from Adelaide for 1.2 million quid. And then he didn't play and got sold on. It's pretty funny. And we've had players from Jeonnam this season poached by Paris Saint-Germain and Hertha Berlin for chump change. And now they're worth millions. And it's disgusting and hurts my soul. But that's the way it goes. Aldershot don't want us. They finished bottom. Oh no, they do want us, but they can't afford us. That's fine. Salford want us, but can't afford us. And Rotherham are giving us an interview. Let's go. Can you ease our concerns you've never previously managed in this country? I sure can. I'm too awesome for you. The team's currently defying expectations. You're looking to take advantage. Done a good job. Time is right. Next step in your career. Blah blah blah. You developed reputation from applying for other jobs while still employed. What's all that about? Don't worry about it. It's fine, Adam. Out for a few jobs right now. Are you hedging your bets? I'm merely considering my options, Adam. Don't even sweat, dog. Are you able to ease our worries about losing the backers of your players? It's never happened, but sure. And yes, up the Dragons in deedly-doo. Dragons are awesome. Check this out. We've even got Steel Dragon on board to celebrate goals. It's legit the Jeonnam mascot. It's pretty cool. I haven't turned my ticker on. I haven't updated it. Doesn't really matter. Let's get that happening. There we go. We want to ensure the dressing room atmosphere is much better. Blah, blah, blah. Yep, promise. Cross my heart. Hope to die, Adam. All good. Our previous manager didn't enjoy the best of relationships with the supporters. Are you confident of providing a different dynamic with them? Yes. Comfortably working with Rian Frame, our director of football? Absolutely. Sounds like a good dude. Don't need a budget. Here's the club's expectations. Get to the championship. Definitely acceptable to me. No expectations. That's fine. No requests. All good. Awesome. Could be off to Rotherham. England. And that'll be fine. League One. Sounds about right. See what happens. And see if we get any more interviews. Following your application for the Rotherham job. We literally just did that. I don't know why I'm reading it again. Absolutely nothing changed. I'm going to change playlist, so this one's annoying me. There we go. I'll just turn it down a bit. Excellent. No worries, Red. Thanks for the raid. Thanks for stopping in. Feel free to drop by anytime. Pleasure to have you. And have a good snooze. It's an early one. It's 9:48 PM here, so sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. I'm an old man. Makes sense for me to say that. But no, thanks again, man. Take care. Press conference. It's my attention to detail keeps us ticking over around these parts. So careful with everything. Apparently I rubbish this guy. I'm okay with it. Whoops. Oh, Gino, what's going on? They can't afford us. You know what, Salford? Yeah, they're not going to let us go for less money. So we know not to ask for that again. That's fine. We didn't really want to anyway. But we asked the question. I mostly did that because Gary Neville popped up on my screen. And I'm a Manchester United supporter. So it's like, hey, Gino's asking me for a solid. How can I not? I'm aware half the planet hates him after the World Cup. That's fine. He's one of my favourite players for United. Because I could look at Gary Neville and think, if he can do it, I can do it. I couldn't do it. But he could do it. He's got trophies and medals and all sorts. So there you go. Fitness test. That's all good. Benny Davis is almost fit, but not fit enough to play. Oh, he'll be back for the next game, and it's going to be... it's going to be great. Parts you mean is injurized. That's less than ideal. Aguilar's going to have to play at the back. You're going to have to come out. Then I can bring Kim Hyosuk in. You're going to start on the right in place of Kwon. Actually, are you still training on the left? Yes. So, Young can play on the right, can't he? Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Alright, that's what we're going with. Let's see what kind of damage we can do. Man, we need a win. Oh, we need a win. Kill, crush, destroy. Oh, they've got lovely change rooms in Seoul. They're probably playing in the Fancy Pants World Cup stadium and stuff. Yeah, it looks like it. Well, that's not fair. Still got no one behind the goal though. Don't get it. I never will. Here they come. They've cleared. Is Kim Ho-seok. No, it's beaten by the silver. Just keeping the pressure on. They played it into the box. Played it across the face. We've cleared. Sort of. Mostly. Kinda. How many players with the last name Silver do they need on the pitch? None of these guys sound South Korean. That can't be fair. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Kid, Sean Dong-chan, I'm kind of happy with his efforts here. Yes, get it out of there. I was getting worried then. I needed to check in case we were still on full highlight or something crazy. That doesn't seem to be happening this year. In my old FM21 save, it used to randomly just flick itself to like full highlights every now and then. And it would usually take me about 10 or 15 minutes to notice. We're dominating possession, but we aren't creating the chances. We are now. But so are they. And that's not really the deal. So I'm just dropping encouragement and trying to keep morale up. And hoping we can make something happen. But I don't think we're going to before half time. Just giving them a rev up. I'm going to rubbish them. We're doing okay. We're just still not ourselves. That's for sure. Here we go. Kim Jeonnam with a free kick. Launches it. Hits the woodwork. Keeper got a hand to it. That was exciting. Let's have another one of them. Right in here. Who's on the near post? The other team, apparently. I'm weighing up whether or not to go positive here. I think we will. Got enough possession. I think we can hold out. Here we go. Kim Jeonnam again from range with the free kick. Zero's in. Oh, keeper's got some again. Oh. In the corner, everyone seems to be in a better position. Boatman plays it in. Jimmy Hyun with the header. Keeper gets to it. And now they're going to try and hit us on counter, which I hate with a passion. We're going to get to it first. They're first to the second ball. Not the ball over the top. We should not be this susceptible to that. Should not happen. Alright, nothing stupid. Good lad. Like in the last game. No. Stop playing it across the face of goal. If you're going to play it across the face of goal like that, put some more meat on it. Come on, let's get it forward. I don't trust Carlos Aguilar in that position. Jesus Crespo last season? Absolutely. Let him do that all day because he was really, really good at it. Here's Kim Jeonnam. Third time's charm. There's a goal that he's been denied twice already. And I can take a nice, deep, relaxing breath and be less concerned about conceding something stupid and going behind needlessly. We are going to make some changes though in just a second. Right. We're going to throw Jeonnam on the right. We are going to change Jung Jae-yik and throw in Kim In-woo. Swap these guys over? No, we'll leave. Back as you were. Actually, he must have a great day, so we're going to throw Guan on there. And that's going to do for now. Coming up to close of the game. Let's just drop back to balanced. And hope I don't get instantly punished for it. That whole mentality button is way too overpowered. We definitely need to make a couple of changes. You come on there. And then who else is exhausted? Kim Ho-seok. So go, come on for him. Easy change to make. Let's go. Launching it up towards the kid. It was on track to get there. But I think the other two guys just had a bit more experience in us to win out over him. Just a couple more minutes to hang on, boys. That's all. Right. This is a good chance. We're going to go for the long throw. Looks like we are. And that really didn't work very well. But we've done super well to keep control on the edge of the box there. Kim In-woo shoots and he hits the woodwork again. Even and drop bear. It's very tense here. I'm stressing out. I may need to change my pants. No, okay. 1-0 win. Huzzah. That got a little bit hairy towards the end. Whew. But no, I'm good, man. Had a nice crazy day. How are you? I hope it's all been going lovely. Happy Tuesday. Soon to be Wednesday. Oh, right, how are we looking now? 2 points behind 2-1, but they've got a game in hand on us. Boo. It's got to the semis of the CL. Nicely done. Very nicely done. Who'd you pick up? Who'd you get? City? Was it City? We just applied for the Man City job. It was available. Yeah, I called it. They're like probably the scariest team in FM this year. By far. So yeah, I don't envy you that one. At all. But yeah, we legit applied for the Manchester City job. Because it was there. We're applying for everything that isn't like a rubbish division somewhere. So yep. Everyone who's around like now is at their peak. Terrifying. Well, make sure you let us know how you go. And hopefully it's not a bloodbath. You can pull it out of the bag and knock them off their little perch. Because as a United supporter, I would love to hear about that. Check job center, because it's what we do now. Yeah, down the bottom. Do we want to manage the Mexico under 23s? I think not. We've already applied and been knocked back for these jobs. Yep. And that'll do. All these we're still waiting to hear back on. Good lord. 3-4-3, yeah. Foden, that's a given. Because he's ridiculous in this game. He's always popping up in England squads and stuff, even in this save. Contracts. Discuss new contract with agent. What's up from a new contract? Michelle and Rodri. Yeah, that's pretty hairy stuff, man. All right, 600 grand. I can wear that. What did we pay for Donati? Wasn't a lot. 275. So if he moved on for 600, no dramas. I can wear that. That'd be a good profit. And we still try to squeeze more out of it if someone made a bid. No one's going to make a bid. It's like a, what, 26-year-old right back playing in Korea now? I think we're going to be fine. Let's see here. Su Chi Hui has been called up for Chinese Taipei. Benny Davis called up for Thailand. Carlos Aguilar called up for Bolivia. Interesting. Edison's still playing. He's a new Kante, N'Golo Kante. Just never stop playing. Just go forever. Yeah. That's the thing with FM. Again, back in my FM21 save, I don't talk about it too much. But United, because I wasn't managing them at the time, their squad had a bunch of like plus 30-year-olds in it up front who were still banging in like 30, 35, 40 goals a season amongst like 4 of them, and all their numbers were ridiculous. And it just seemed like their attributes, everything, none of it ever dropped. They just keep going up. It's crazy. And then in that save, by the time I got there, they all wanted out or wanted to retire or whatever. Oh, we didn't make the shortlist for the Manchester City job, but they did feel I would have been an acceptable fit for the club's vision for the future. There you go. A Regen City save, is that? Oh, great, Regen City have. I'm with you, a Regen player. Gotcha. Took me a second. My brain worked. Good stuff. Yep. That's how that goes. Oh, yeah, the link won't work in the chat. Hang on, do I need to... Am I logged in? Yeah, I am. It's set up to not take the linky things. Sorry, Chief. Yeah. And I have no idea how to fix it. Especially not on the stream, because it'll all just explode. Right, Guangzhou up next. There's nothing better than flying in an Unreal region. I think the stream after we finish Wizard of Oz, the next stream I do after this save, I'm going to go back to my FM21 save, and because I talk about him all the time, best player I've ever had in Football Manager was Angelo at Swansea. Signed him when he was 19, and the guy was, in Football Manager terms, and his performances and results and everything else, like, even if you put his numbers in the game up against like Ronaldo, Messi, Pele, Maradona, blah blah blah, like, no question, if he actually existed, there wouldn't be a debate about who was the best. He was the best, the absolute best. Played as a striker. If he wasn't scoring goals, he was making assists. Even games where he didn't score, he was still rating like above a 7 because of everything else he was doing all over the park. It was ridiculous. He was so good. Just kept winning Ballon d'Ors and Player of the Years and Golden Boots. The one thing he never got to do, and I didn't know it until much later, because I'd left Swansea and he stayed behind in that save. He was Brazilian, never won the World Cup with Brazil. It was devastating. It's like the only competition he ever played in that he didn't win. He won everything else. Madness. Even when he was an old man, and because eventually he moved to Barcelona for stupid money, and he was like 37, and I may have signed him for Bristol Rovers. And he wasn't great because he was pretty old. But the reason I brought him in was to mentor the younger players, and those strikers were phenomenal because he was there to teach them everything he knew, and he did. And then I think I got him on the coaching staff too. For cheap. But it took forever because, yeah, I think in the save, he still hasn't announced his retirement. I don't know, because I haven't been back to the save for a little bit. I can't remember. But I think he's still within the squad and playing. As he should be. And I'm pretty sure he scored a really important goal in the FA Cup that season as well. Match winner. At like 38. Love that guy. Never forget him. It's him. There was a right back as well who was another Brazilian I brought in who was awesome, and just like Donati, he was just like Mr. Reliable, but he was way better than Francesco Donati. And then there was another midfielder. Oh God, I've forgotten his name. I'll have to dig him up as well. But I brought him in, he was an Argentinian, and I brought him in when he was like 18. Just one of those random picks. Scout report came in, it was really good. He was dirt cheap, like didn't pay millions for him or anything. It was a couple $100,000. Brought him in, sent him out on loan for a couple of seasons. And when he went away on this loan, he was like rated a 2.5-star player. Came back from the loan and was rated 3.5. There was an injury. Threw him into the midfield. And he scored a brace. And then put him in the next game. And he set up like 3 goals. And then played in the next game. It just kept happening. And I thought he just played the season of his life. And had done really well. But no. He kept doing it year after year after year, just out of nowhere. And they're my favourite ones. The guys who just like, oh, brought him in, injuries, I've got to give him a chance, I guess. And they become your absolute heroes. It's my favourite thing. Which is why I still talk about Marco Arambasic in this save. We're not going to Rotherham. Rotherham are idiots and they're dead to us. We hate them. Let's go back to the job centre. Any more? No, we're not going to Canada. That's dumb. We're not going to L. Yeah. That could be fun. No. We don't want to go to Argentina. We don't want to go to Brazil. We're still waiting to hear on all of these applications. All of that. And we've had one interview. We've got to win some more trophies. We've got to win something this season to give us a leg up. And the AFC Champions League hasn't even been drawn yet. That's going to hit in the second half of the season. But we should have more bodies at our disposal at that point. Because we'll get our guys back from Gimchon. So that'll be a good thing. Well, it'll help. It's not going to solve the problem, but it'll help. Right, press conference. What the hell are we going to do for a striker? Kid kind of let us down. So Jane's going to start. Part swim in. You're fit again, so you're coming straight back into the squad. How far away are you? Leisure Hing's going to be Hitish. Again from tomorrow, so he's going to come back into the squad. You need to be made available for the reserves. We're playing Guangzhou. This should be fine, but I'd rather go balls out up there. Yep, I'm happy with that. That's what we're going with. No statistics. Damn right. No idea what I said. As usual, I'll check Job Center again. I'm getting edgier and edgier, and now I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm like, yeah, I want to move. It's time to go. It's not up to us. It's up to all the other clubs. And it may just be at this point, given that we've been in Australia, we've been in Korea. Yeah, we've won some trophies and stuff. We've done really well, but maybe our reputation's just not quite where it needs to be to get the kind of move we're chasing right now. But again, all we've got to do is get our foot in the door in Europe. But we're not dropping down a dozen divisions to do it. We're not going on a non-league club. Like the clubs or the leagues we put in, like going to Greece, going to Portugal, places like that. No dramas. I'll go to a lower division there. It's not a problem. Happy to. Nijihoon's back in training. Hell yeah. He's right for 45 minutes. So he's definitely coming on in the second half. We are going to get some performances out of that boy. Siwana playing Jeju, so they're probably going to pick up another 3 points. Jeonnam have jumped us. And they're playing Incheon, who are bottom of the league. We're playing Gwangju, who are just below us. Boom. Young player in 2031. Hell yeah. We had young players of the year. What? It's got to be a regen Mo Salah, yeah? Or is it bugging out on you? It's got to be a different Mo Salah. A Scottish regen. Yeah, there you go. Well, check on Mo Salah. Did he go up to Scotland to play? Because you never know. If he wound up at like Rangers or Celtic or something, could be his kid. Jang Chang-O. Where have I put Jang Chang-O? Up front. Ah, that's fine. No second. Ah, okay. Sad times. That would have been way funnier. It was Mo Salah's kid. It was funny, just as we left Adelaide United in this save, I realised a young kid with the surname Cahill, who I sent off to England on loan for a season, and didn't play at all, was the son of like Tim Cahill. He played for Everton and Millwall and Australia. That Tim Cahill. Didn't even realise. And couldn't recall him once I'd figured it out. And then we left anyway, so who cares? Oh, we have to win this game. We can't have another crappy draw. We cannot keep dropping points the way we have been. We just, my stuff's still going at 38. It's like par for the course now. 38's the new 32 in Football Manager. Don't write off your old men. Even Kim Hyun-hug for us. He's been fantastic for like 3 seasons. Normally, I wouldn't have a player that old in my squad. I'd just get rid of him. But I'm unlearning that bias in Football Manager. Because they can absolutely still get it done. And if anything, they can get it done better. There's a goal from Yom. Yom, 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 yom. Yom Ji-sung, open scoring. I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, we're at home. Crowd didn't even get started. Slacking off on us. 474 games still at Liverpool. That's pretty cool. And you can kind of see him doing that in real life too. He doesn't have a reason to leave. He's pretty well loved around those parts. And he's still getting the job done, so no need for anyone to panic in that regard. Pass the ball, Yang. Pass the ball. Yong's giving it away there a little bit too cheaply. But we're applying pressure. That was awesome. That's how we should be playing football all the time. Here at Jeonnam Dragons. Jeong Jae-ik. I'd been a little worried about form-wise. Made a mistake a couple of games ago that did my head in. But he's redeemed himself here. Excellent pressure from Kim Hyun-uk, who we were just talking about. The old man leading from the front. Using that experience, making nuisance of himself. And we're 2-0 up. Not that we're going to count our chickens before they hatch, because we were 2-0 up earlier tonight, and we threw it away and drew the game. I do think part of our issues are we have very young centre-backs. Wasn't an issue when we had Jesus Crespo because his ability more than made up for it. And for a lot of the season we had him partnered up with someone older. But yeah, I just think it's taken a bit longer for this defence to bed back in the way we'd like it to. And we'll see. There's going to be more disruption when all those players come back from Gimcheon. I'm just going to groove. I'm in groove mode. 2-0 up, I can groove. Until we concede, then I'll swear and throw things as usual. Here's Turkman. Plays it over to Yom. Good ball. Looking for an option. Plays this weird ball back to Choi Do-yeon again. It's very odd. We go all the way back to the keeper. We were right up at the edge of their area. Well, what are we doing back here? It's fine. Yom's going to do something magic now. It's fine. Yep. He's just determined to make a liar of me. He heard about the job interviews and he's like, nope. Kim Hyun-uk, once again. For reals, what was I just saying? The crowd's going to sing to us. It's going to take them a while. This is a long one. This is them doing Yellow Submarine. If they get carried away, just let them go. Awesome stuff. There you go. Craig getting involved. You'd love to see it. We are coming up on the 75th minute, which means let's change clock, boys and girls. Change one of the centre backs. Let's change the right back. Let's change the striker. Let's change right winger. Oh, that'll do. Get that ball out of there. How long is that dude's name? Holy moly. He must wear like 3 shirts to fit all that on the back. Back here's that dude. It's massive. Took up like half the bloody pitch. There it is. Whoa. Must have a really sore neck carrying that around above his head all match. Get in there, pressure the ball. Oh, come on. Just passed it around us. We had really good pressure on him for a while, and then it's all come undone because... Who are you? Chapman wasn't tracking the run. Choi wasn't really tuned in. We're going to hold on. We're still going to get the win, which I'm happy about. Puts us back in second place. But, you know, love a clean sheet at some point. That'd be nice. Anyone else over 7.5? Nope, that is all. And once again, our strikers not firing. Too reliant on midfield. Still 3 points back from Suwon, but Jeonnam screwed the pooch, so we've jumped back over them. This is good. It's probably gonna be tough to catch. Pay increase. Jeonnam had a good game. Good job. 15 games unbeaten now. Post-match press conference, which will fly through. Done. Next game's in 7 days. Everybody can have a day off. Why is this kid just not... He's all over the place. Who are we playing? Payhang's next. Where are they? They're all the way up here. I was pondering throwing the kid back in. Not to start, just off the bench, but... he's so not ready. He's so not good enough. We have Ben Davis back yet? He's going to be back here. Will he be ready to play? Don't know. We shall see. Hopefully so. We might play him off the bench for like 10-15 minutes at the end of the game. Or we might just rest him and let him recover. Because he's gone off on international duty before he's come back fit for us. Which is kind of annoying. So if they break him, I'll be livid. But we've definitely missed him in midfield. We've been doing alright in midfield. Midfield's not been the problem. But that drive that he provides out of the midfield and the service for the strikers and the chance creation and everything else, super important. We got £2,000 from Busan. Wow. Let's not spend all of that at once. That'll be right. 2 games in a week because we've got the cup game in the same week we play Jeonnam, and that's going to be massive. We absolutely will have Benny Davis back for that one, which is super important. Yeah, I'm really happy with the way everything went in that game, just quietly. So I'm not looking to make any tweaks here. I think we'd be a bit silly too. Yeah. Leave it alone. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I think too, that's another reason for things going a little bit cattywampus this season. Or even last season. Last season wasn't terrible. Last season was friggin' awesome. But that first season, we didn't have the personnel to rotate, change players, do anything else. We pretty much just played the same team every single week. And I didn't know who anyone was, so I was probably picking the wrong ones. We have a job interview with Crotone. Crotone are in Italy. Serie B. Have a look at their squad. Got a fair bit of money kicking around the place, obviously. Not bad. I seem to recognize some of these names, more or less. I could be confused. That's entirely possible too. It's a big squad. They finished 17th from the looks of things. Where did they finish? Where are you? Finished 17th and didn't get relegated. Nice. We are absolutely going to this job interview and we're going to tell them whatever they want to hear. Yeah, I get on well with other languages. I could learn pretty quickly. Can you ease our concerns that you've never managed previously in this country? It's the best chance I've had to work in this country. Yeah. You perhaps look at the move on for your current job or things going where you're stuck aside. Yeah, I want to bring all that momentum with me here and ensure a great start. Developed a reputation for applying for other jobs. Yeah. Can you explain why you're repeatedly running for a few jobs right now? Yeah, merely considering my options. Are you able to ease our worries about losing the backing of your players and the subsequent airing of dirty laundry in public? There'll be no problems with atmosphere. We want to ensure dressing room atmosphere is much better. Yep, promise you that. No dramas. Ismail. As part of the recruitment process, willing to request changes to backroom staff. Don't need to, it'll be fine. Work within the range budget. Grow the club's rep. Yep. Don't sign oldies. 2-year contracts for first team players. Get promoted to Serie A. Remain in Serie A. Become an established Serie A team. Brilliant. No expectations. That's fine. I have no requests. You guys go away and think about it. And if you are asking if I've got any questions for you, the only one I have is, when do I start? Let's go to Italy. The food. Oh, the food. So much pasta. It'd be awesome. Let's not get our hopes up. It would be a great move though. It's a bit rich though. If the expectation is you need to get promoted to Serie A, they finished 17th in Serie B. Oh, look. Youth intake, goalkeepers and strikers. K-League, best competition in Asia. We know it. I mean, we're here. How could we not know that? Yeah, we'll apply for the rubbish job, I guess. It's Tottenham. Yeah, but, yep. So add all those applications now. Since the last interview we had, that's 1 out of about 20 that are in play. Crazy. Tottenham are not interested. We're not going to Bayern Leverkusen. We're not going to Bochum. We're not going to Rode. We're not going to Leipzig. We could be off. So what was that? Hello. League 12. Let's go to this interview. Let's be a good move. I'm adept at learning languages. Yep. Best chance I've had to work in the country. I want to bring that momentum. That's acceptable when you consider how long I've been in management. Can you explain where you appear to be in the running for a few jobs right now? Exploring my options. You've previously been embroiled, blah blah blah. Never happened again. A previous manager didn't enjoy the best. Fans love me. Would I work with Reida Hamachi, the director of football? I sure would. No changes to backroom staff. Sign players under 23. Develop using the club's youth system. We can do that. This is the club vision stuff. Work within the wage budget. Grow the reputation. No oldies. Fix the financial damage. Well, all due respect, killing Jeonnam, but that sounds like a you problem. I'm the manager, not the CFO. Get promoted to League 1. And then rock on. No requests. Awesome. I mean, it would be added pressure being at a club where they're like, hey, get promoted. But we have done it before. We did it here. And I don't think we were actually expected to get promoted. It was just don't get relegated more. And we blew those expectations out of the water. So chances are Carlos Aguilar has scored for Bolivia. That's pretty awesome. Good job. We're not going to QPR. We're not going to Southampton. We're not going to Ingolstadt. Cho Mi-hyung is doing good stuff. We're not changing the selection for Pei Hang. We're the favourites. Awesome stuff. We have won 100% of the matches played against Choi Jin Chul, the opposition manager. Awesome. Pretty much press conference. We all know the drill. Okay. At least now we're getting clubs who are like at the right level, sniffing around a little bit, showing an actual interest and getting interviews. I tell you what though, these travel expenses, going to England for Rotherham, going to Italy, it's all going to add up. I mean, who's reimbursing me for that? Nobody. So between that and organising trains, all of the stuff, it's very stressful. Finishing. Why aren't you in the first team, young man? You need to have a look at that. Nah, you know, go back to the inbox. Bugger this, we're going to sign him up. I'm not going to commit to that, but everything else, yeah. What do you want? No, you're not getting that, don't be crazy. But everything else is fine. Get that kid on the books. Very rarely does one of those come up like, hey, this player's eligible for a professional contract. Does the head of youth development say, sign this kid? It's pretty great. But if I'm looking at them and they're like 3.5, 4, 5-star potential, like, why wouldn't I? Even if they don't work out, or we sign someone and it doesn't look like they'll ever get a look in, probably sell them on for big money. Just get them in. Craziness. Pohang Steelers. Not stealing anything from us. We're coming to your place. We're going to steal all of your cutlery. Attacking midfielder. So look at these kids. Got a really good youth set up here. Benny Davis is fit. Oh, we need to get Benny Davis on the bench. Is what we need to do. Boom. Yeah. That's what we'd like to see. Do it. Let's get into the game. Let's go. Da, 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 da. We're away. Nothing is happening. We're dominating possession. What we'd love to see. This isn't us. We're not wearing red. I hate it. I hate everything about this. Make it stop. Not like that. That's not how I wanted it to stop. We're going positive straight away. We're not messing around. That's infuriating. Yeah, not like that at all. That's like the opposite way I wanted that to stop. Guan's just blown by everybody. Can we not have a 70s porn soundtrack, please? Thank you. Oh, that was very close to being a goal. Can we have one out? Oh, send him off, ref. That's pen. Oh, come on. Anytime the ball goes in the box, I'm just going to exclaim it's a penalty and cross my fingers. Zhangji now playing it out from the back. We're trying to, thinking about it. Oh, can we not play it across the goal? It's terrifying. Every time. Ugh. Play the ball forward. Why is nobody moving? You're all just standing there ball watching. Somebody make a run. Do something. Here you go. I changed them to a positive mentality. This doesn't strike me as super duper positive. You've got options. Use them. He finds Guan. Guan's in. And blazes horribly, horribly wide. This is because I made mention of what was in that news article, that we've got a 100% record against the opposition manager. Football manager gods heard me and they're like, right, we shall punish you for this hubris, DP. What the hell are we going to do? Absolutely going to change striker. And Yom just hasn't turned up today. So, Kimmy is going to come off for him. You're coming off. Benny Davis. Get the hell in here and save my blushes, sir. I'm going to go attacking too. We're not even shooting. We're not creating anything. Here's Ben Davis. Get involved straight away. And just passes it to the keeper like a gentleman. He's not had a good day at the office. Neither is Choi Yun, but we don't have any to replace him with. That's all that changes. Alright. No. Thought we'd get a corner. We're not getting a corner. We're going to lose. Booking for time wasting, ref. This is ridiculous. Why did we have to sit through 30 seconds for that? That was awful. That is awful. Hey, good for you. I'm very happy for you. Unfortunately, you're getting banned. Because I need that like a hole in the head. Win. Let's end it our undefeated streak, which sucks. Send the assistant. We're not doing the press conference after that. And no one's getting a day off. I don't care. We've got a cup game. I don't care how tired they are. Not losing a game at my club, pulling that shenanigans. Nope, 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 nope. That was really disappointing. And not just the wang in the chat either. What a douchebag. Maybe this is taking ages because we're about to get a job offer and we just bail and not have to worry about it anymore. We're gonna have a whole new set of problems for me to get stressed over for no reason. That'd be exciting. Again, I can't stress this enough. I'm in no hurry whatsoever to leave Jeonnam Dragons. Other than, we're not top of the league. It's hard work. And I'd like to shift. Don't have to shift right now. Everything's fine. But we're still only 4 points adrift. So it's not panic stations. We can make that up. We need this window to open. We need to bring in a striker. And I think we just take whatever money we've got and invest in one. Best one we can find for the money. What am I training you to do? Play centre back. Cool. Let's check scout reports real quick. Select all, not clear all, which I accidentally clicked on earlier. Find me a striker, and they don't have to be South Korean. Here's the best one. The one we used to have that we can't have anymore. That's always good to know. Here's Endrick, who we can't afford. For me, Aziz at Reading. Nope. You're a free agent. What's up from a trial? Do you want to come in on trial for 4 weeks? Alone, he's not good enough. Let's offer this kid a trial too. Why not? Probably won't take it, but we'll offer it. What a name. Holy dolly. Okay. Carry on. He doesn't want to come on trial. He does. Accept. Cool. I have been pondering, with the lack of goals at the moment, trying something different. Maybe trying some kind of 2-striker type system. Right. We don't need you on trial anymore. A good day, sir. You suck. What is wrong with our scouts? We don't have very good scouts, do we? We've got the best scouts in the league, apparently. I'd like to see some evidence of that. That's all possible. Look how many other players are wanted by other clubs. It's madness. Not even by anyone, you know, good. Benny Davis, get up here, get into the midfield. We need you to play. Carlos is back, he's in good form. Partner him up there. Why aren't you training well? Your strength is fine. Work on your pace. bring the kid in for this one. Rena's gonna play. Aguilar. Yep. Yep, happy with that. Leisure Hoon's going to start. Cool, we go. I think what we're going to do this evening is we're going to go through, as dangerous and potentially stupid as this is, given the form we currently find ourselves in, we're going to play Jean Buck. And I'm going to put it out there. If we can beat Jean Buck, we can win the league. It's a big call, but they were ahead of us last season. We've got our noses in front of them this season. It's not out of the question. Stranger things have happened. We could do it. We just need Suwon to do us solid and drop some points. We're only 4 points behind them. We can do this. This is the problem. We've got the fewest goals conceded in the league, but we're only third best on goals scored. That's all we're missing, is a clinical finisher. Lee Ing-yu is coming back soon, and the second he does, he's playing up front for us again, and I'm really hoping that he can recapture some of that old magic. Because, if he can play at if he can do half of what he did for us in K-League 2, he'd still be the best striker in this league by a mile. Can he? I don't know. I know his star rating's going to take a hit when he comes back. We're not going to Katone. They're not offering us a job. Disappointed. I just think our rep's not high enough to get these gigs. Cheltenham are advertising again. We'd already applied for the Cheltenham job. Why are they advertising again? Because whoever they hired still got them relegated. They've already done their interviews anyway. Alright, fair enough. I don't think we're getting this move. So we've got to win something this season. Build that. Right. Having the pro license as well, that's going to help. But I can't remember how long that's going to take. Turkman can speak Korean. Huzzah! Brazils have won, and that's going to mess up my squad for that. Yeah, of course it is. Pros 12? Cool. I know I talked about it when I'd started the course and whatever. I forget things. Fine, Ben, you're not going to be fit for this game at all, man. That is not ideal. And neither's the kid. Ugh. It's going to spit this team selection out too because I've got 5 foreigners in it. Ugh. Al-Sad chasing Davis Lane. Don't you freaking dare. No, I'm not changing anything. We're fine. We're not going to Ren. He's not very good. Kim Dong-soo, no. Get stuffed. You're not having our players. No, you're not having him either. But we do have some job offers. Where are Clement? League. What? We're just gonna fly through these now. Yep. It's not really close to take something with risk building was a safe job. Yeah. Yeah. Exploring my options, something I've learned from. Good relationship with supporters. No changes. Yep, awesome vision. It's a fair target. Transfer budget. Sounds good. Wage budget. No dramas. Not that I can think of. They're already talking about budgets. We haven't had anyone talk about budgets before. That's very interesting. Very interesting. And now no want to talk to us. North are in League 2. Where'd you finish? A mid-table League 2 team. So this would be even better. Let's get down to business. Language skills. Yeah, I can learn languages quickly. Yeah, always been keen to manage here. Take that momentum with me. Yep. Acceptable. Exploring my options. No problems with dressing room atmosphere. Good relationship with supporters. No changes to backroom staff. Proposals. Work towards recording a league on top of finish. Happy to so. Yep. Look forward to it. Transfer budget 18 million. Yep. Happy to work with the proposed wage budget of $500,000. Hell yeah. Any requests? No thanks. They're talking about budgets too. Could be off to France. Everybody. East Turn Pro. Aha. When do we get our lads back? Bayern Leverkusen hired Ten Hag, and then Man City have hired Ancelotti. I feel like they've done that before. I'm sure it worked out well. Scouting Zandra. I just cleared that out. Scout players. Let it search. Oh, Chohe One got himself injured. That's a shame. Pepper Bayern in your save. He's floating around somewhere in mine, but I can't remember where. Aziz. 58. This dude's a striker apparently. 58 appearances. He scored 4 goals. That to me, after leaving Newcastle. Whoa. Yikes. Injured, what did you do? And you're unhappy. None of these strikers are setting my world on fire. Yeah, that is a bit weird. But then I guess like the backing and funding and stuff of Newcastle, blah, blah, blah. And they do seem to do well in FM in this year's version of the game, which I guess is just down to the money, and probably a factor in that too is the new supporter dynamics, if I had to guess. And the supporter stuff having an impact. Damn it. I wanted to get some of these lesser bitter dudes out of the way, but it's not really going to happen. We go with that. Match will can't have multiple foreign players. 1, 2, 3, 4. Blah, blah, take the 90 out. And drop Jeonnam back in. There we go. Problem solved. Aha. I'll have a look in a minute because I can't remember where Pep is in this one. But I think maybe it's not this save, maybe it's my offline save. The manager of Manchester United was... Oh my god. Rui van Nistelrooy. Nearly forgot his name. Mental. But yeah, so apparently after how successful they were the last time they had a playing manager, because that all went well, nothing bad happened there. They did it again. So there you have it. But that saves up to like 2029 or something. So yeah, there's a bit of weirdness going on there. I know the feeling. Why did I pause it? And why are we cautious? I accidentally clicked on something that I did not want to click on. I wasn't paying attention. I was too focused on possibly going to France. Eating baguettes and croissants. French food too. Oh, being unreal. The only meal I'd eat would be breakfast because of, you know, pastries and stuff. Am I stereotyping? Yeah, a little bit, but also delicious. If we wind up managing in France, I'm buying a beret and I'm going to eat croissant live on stream. We'll be taking breaks every 5 minutes so I can get a croissant cut in half, put some cheese in, a bit of ham. Won't cook it properly, I'll just microwave it because it's faster, but still delicious. We're not winning. We're dominating the game. We're just not doing anything with it. We are game 1 after our last game. Sort your lives out. And drop it on Courage. Again, Striker just not cutting it. Why did everybody have to steal our goal scorers? And why did the goal scorers we had in Lee Ji-hoon have to, you know, stop doing the goal scoring? There we go. Leaving it all up to our midfielders, and it drives me crazy. Striker, you got one job. Turkmen's done well there to win it back. Good pass from Jose, spotting the run of Kim Ho-seok, and in he goes. My selection justified. Vindication! Turkman is dead on his feet. He needs to come off the pitch. You for Aguilar and Aguilar for Cherry. Let's swap you guys over. That's going to do there. You're going to come off, and Kim Dong-soo is going to play. And that will do for the first set of changes, which is way early. but needs to happen. And we will look at dropping this back down to balance now that we're back in front. Unless I haven't changed it from balance, but I'm pretty sure I did. Can't be expected to remember these things. It was literally like 120 seconds ago that I was fiddling with stuff. Who can keep track of this? Yang, Chang, oh, shoots, scores. Right, so maybe I don't need to make all those changes. We only need to make one of them, which is Turkman for Aguilar, Turkman for Cho. Do this switcheroo. There we go. Now, lads, please don't screw it up and do anything dumb and disappoint me and make me sad. Been doing well. Don't undo all the good work. It's a risky way to clear the ball, but we kind of got away with it. I specifically said don't do this. He's having a shocker. Get off the park. Spot these guys over. Just your preferred rollers will help play better. It'll help, but it depends if those rolls fit with your tactic as well. So if you want to play like a really aggressive, high press attacking system, and all of your defenders want to play in a very, very defensive role, and don't like playing high up the pitch or any of that stuff, when you look at the player role information, they're probably not going to do super well. 4-3-3, point center mid. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much what we're playing here. But yeah, some of them have got in their preferred position just to try and get the most out of them, to get them, or have them be the most comfortable in their roles, especially with young players. But yeah, a few of them, like all the strikers, I don't really tweak the role. I want to play with an advanced forward, so that's what they all do. So a couple of them, like their preferred role is like I'm pretty sure King Dong 2 wants to be a pressing forward. No, I'm thinking of the other guy, Lee Ji-hoon. But yeah, one of them would rather play as a pressing forward. I don't use him in that role because I want an attacking midfielder. But you can see all these guys I've got in preferred roles because most of them are quite young, and I just want them to be comfortable with whatever it is they're doing. If you've got, I guess the big thing to look at is like adaptability, and intelligence. Some of those attributes I don't really pay attention to them, but they are there, and that'll kind of give you an idea of if you can get away with putting them in different roles, or if you're better off keeping them where they're at. Or just whack them all in, and if it works, awesome. And if it doesn't, then tweak it. It's pretty much what I do. It's all trial and error. You can never be too sure. All of that is probably a really long way of answering your question. When what I could have said is, but thank you for the follow, saucy man. Much obliged. Good to have you in the GP Dome. Yeah, it's the best time to do it. One hot tip I had from a friend of the stream, who also streams, Baron Light Behaviour, and we were doing this on his stream about a week and a half ago, through the pre-season. It's a bit of a pain in the neck to do it, but if you're trying out new tactics and you want to see how it all goes, especially if you're using, well, really either match engine like the 2D or 3D, doesn't really matter. Do it at like full length. So you go up to your little cog up here and change it from key to full match, and you'll get way more in terms of watching what's happening in the match engine and how the tactic's actually working, where it's falling down. So if your midfielders aren't seeing enough of the ball, you'll be able to see that. And if you're a central defensive midfielder you want to use, like isn't tackling or is getting lost in the mix, like you'll have a visual representation of it, so you know either where to recruit or where to change roles or all that stuff. It's really, really handy. I don't do it. But it's a really good idea. And when Baron was doing it on his stream, it was really interesting because he was making changes based on what he was seeing, and it was absolutely working. So it's worth a shout for sure. I want individuals. You did really well. 75, 76. Turkman was great. Proud of your performance. Awesome stuff. Boom. We got away with that one a little bit. Conceding that goal was annoying, but we're through another round of the cup, everybody. Huzzah! Now we can rest some bodies. See, guys? When you win a football, you get a rest from the football. When you lose, you get punished. It's the only way they'll learn. Guerrero's going to come out. Donati's going to come straight back in. Yom cannot play in this game. Ben Davis back in. You're going to play right here. I'm glad we rested Che. Aguilar might be alright, but he's played a lot, so we'll see how Park Seung-min pulls up for the next match. You're not going to be fit to play, so Guan is going to start. Jihoon's not fit again yet. Kim's going to be fine. Question mark over Jeon Jae-ik as well. See how we go. Braces. Exactly. Experiment your face off. And it gives you an idea of what you like, kind of what you were in for at the start of the season, which is the whole point of the pre-season. Oh, I'm revolutionising the game here by stating the absolute freaking obvious. Pre-season helps because it lets you do stuff before the season. Make sure you drop a follow everybody for pearls of wisdom like that one. Wow. I should just sit here and wait for the tips on the continue screen to pop up. I'll just read those out. It's as effective. What an idiot. I'm not going to talk about it. Thanks. Second leg Copa Italia. Into 2 days later. 3 days after that City. Yep. That's weird though if that's happening in, what, where are you at? 2031 drop there? That's odd. Because I found the dodgiest stuff is that first season of the save, where it's just game after game after game after game in the run up to the World Cup. But that doesn't seem to stop through the rest of the save. Like, it's always a bit just cooked. Like, even at the start of the season, we were playing like every 3 to 4 days, but no reason. Like, there's absolutely no reason for the fixtures to be scheduled that tight, given that later on they're spaced right out and there's huge gaps without international breaks. It just doesn't make any sense. It can't be easy for SI to be able to control what the AI and everything else is going to do that far in the future. Like, it's got to be super difficult, but there's got to be improvements they can make there. Right, so we're not going to Sassuolo, we're not going to Real Valladolid, we're not going to Lugo. We could be going to Brescia. The Italians love us. They love us. I can learn the language quickly. It's not that hard. Yep. Ask for a chance. Yeah, carry that momentum. Yeah, don't worry about it. Can you explain? In the running for a few jobs right now. Just considering my options. Don't even sweat. Jürgen Machmeyer. Media controversies never happen, but there'll be a healthy dressing room atmosphere that gave me the job. It'll be fine. We would potentially be replacing someone who didn't enjoy a good relationship with their fans. It'll be fine. We'll all go out for drinks. We'll go bowling. It'll be fantastic. I don't need to change your backroom staff. You want young players? We're all about it. We don't want oldies. We're all about that. Sell before buying. That kind of sucks. And you just want us to attempt to remain in Syria, which means even if we didn't, we'd get sacked. They didn't talk about budget, so that's disappointing. Let's just have a quick look at Le Job Center. If anything new has popped up. Who are these guys? Real Madrid. Never heard of them. They were second in whatever this league is. I'm assuming that's like 6th division or something. We'll apply for it. Why not? I know I said we weren't going to apply for any rubbish jobs, but you know, they seem pretty harmless, whoever these guys are. One more game tonight. We're going to play Jeonnam, and we're going to kick the crap out of them, and it's going to make me happy and send me to bed with a smile on my face. Name my autobiography. Not really. That's weird. Just forget I said that. It's really odd. Jeonnam, our biggest rivals in the league. Small team from... Is that who they are? Gotcha. So they're pretty crap. Can't imagine they've ever done anything worthwhile or had any plays of any kind of notoriety. Not familiar with their work. I'm glad I checked that they were playing somewhere in Spain, because otherwise I would have assumed they were from like the Canadian Premier League or something. Revision to the subjects. We just did this, Scott Mooney. SI, Miles, hear me out. As manager, we're managing the football club, we've got all these staff roles, blah, blah, blah. You keep giving us like loan managers that none of us use, and that quite often we don't hire or fire. There's a club doctor role. I've never been given the opportunity to hire a club doctor in the game, but I should be able to hire and fire my own PA. Because Scott's rubbish and I don't get a vote. So I'm just putting it out there, SI. Improvement to the game. Let us hire and fire the PA. Does it add anything to the game? No. I just don't like Scott. Here we go. Cho Mi-hyun can now tightly mark opponents. Ozer don't want us. They were satisfied with the plans we put forward, but ultimately decided we weren't the right person to take the club forward. Well, Ozer, you're idiots. You use X incorrectly. Your AJ means nothing, and we didn't want to come to your stupid football club anyway. Showed them. Hey, £1,000 pigs in. Welcome to stream, sir. Just in time for the last game of the stream. But it's a massive game. We're playing Jeonnam, our arch rivals and nemesis, because they're evil and we hate them. And we want to beat them. Why am I praising your recent form? I don't want to do that. I want to praise your training. I can't. Whatever. Moving on. Wants to explore his options at the end of Boogity Boo. Understand you want to explore your options? Knock yourself out, because we're probably not going to be here, champ. Oh, I just saw something exciting on the loady screen thingy me bob. Press conference again. Meow. Done. Nailed it. It'll show us again here. No. It'll show us again here. Look. Lee In-kyu's coming home. Kim In-kyun's coming home. And Lee Hyun-ju is joining. That's the midfield guy. He can play everywhere. Korean teams keep trying to buy your Aussies. Yep. We do that around these parts. We're monsters. And we like to steal them all. One way to fix it, unload the Korean leagues. And then they'll back off. But yeah, most of them won't want to go because the A-League should have a better rep depending on how long you've been there. There's your Hoon's injured again. Disaster. If anyone knows what we're doing wrong in these interviews to get these gigs too, let me know. Drop it in the chat. Reputation of leagues, I will share that information with you. Uno momento, por favor. Let's see. Expectations, they want to draw. No! He's got lots off the club, would be weakened by his loss. Yeah, don't sell him. Yes! I love this board. I love this board so much. Reject that shiz. Is that deal dead now? Yes. League reputations, because you're in Asia, so if you go to your competition screen, go to your league and go to, is it profile? No, is it preview? Yeah, so go to season preview and then you got reputation and you'll be able to see your leagues, but then if you click on this bit, reputation with the arrow, cha-chang, then yeah, you'll get a breakdown of where everyone's at and where they were in terms of last season. So for us here, K-League is the best league in Asia because I'm here, so why wouldn't it be? Apparently next best is Qatar, and then Saudi Arabia, Japan, Iran, the UAE, China, and then Australia, and then Japan, all the way down here. Well, actually, no, sorry, that's the second division in Japan. But yeah, so that's how you do it. So yeah, go to your league, season preview, reputation, boom, and then you can see how you rank. So as long as your league is like above the league that are making offers, you will probably keep your players. The other thing is that if your players haven't recently signed a contract and those offers are coming in and bugging you, see if you can offer them a new one. Just remove any minimum fee release clauses if they're anything like what those clubs have been bidding. Otherwise, they'll just come in and take them away. We may have had some experience with that in this save. Jesus Crespo, Hussy June, Joy what? Don't want to talk about it. I hurt myself. Opposition instructions. Yeah. Check tactics. No, we're not cautious. We're balanced. Don't even think about it. I'm happy with that squad. I'm not going to make any other changes. Benny Davis is in. Thank God. Lee Ji-hoon's injured again. Who's trained better? Jang Chang-o. That's an 8 point. No, Kim Dong-soo's trained better. You're in champ. Alright. Give me away. I can't play Yom. And let's go. Yep, that's the team. Let's go. 3-0 up. Huzzah! Excellent stuff. Hopefully, we're about to go and smash John Buck, so I'll be celebrating with you in 5 to 10 minutes, or I'll be shut the stream down in a fit of pique. One of those two things. Play for the fans. Hey, everybody likes that. Nice. Come on, these are our biggest rivals in the universe. We must destroy them. It's the law. This is like the Korean, Liverpool, Everton, Tottenham, Arsenal, United, City, Bournemouth, and whoever Bournemouth have got beef with. Nobody knows. 9 ahead of Inter in second, 15 ahead of Juve. Yeah. That is a comfortable lead. Not like this garbage where we're 4 points down. Ugh. What you don't want to do, here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to finish level on points, level on goal difference, level on like everything except either head to head or fair play rules or whatever the hell was going on last season when we finished second. And never lose your last game of the season, because it'll ruin your life. Once again, not that that's ever happened here, just general advice. But no particular reason. Why are we conceding such crap goals? Donati, who never lets us down, has let us down. And then Turkman was there. Who's this? Cho was there. Where was Aguilar? Because that's his side of the pitch. Demand more. Should have berated them. They've got the football again. What is this crap? That's more like it. Chora Yun from left back. Breaking through. Kim Dong-soo. It's it wide. I'm going to regret playing this kid, aren't I? Dominating possession, but we're behind on chances again. They've had more chances. What is going on? They're just sitting back and hitting us on the counter. Something's got to give. I've already switched it to positive. Turkman's having a shocker. And that's probably what's costing us at the moment. He's got like 5 minutes to turn that around and come up with a better match performance. Which I don't think he is. We're going to take him off. We're going to play with 2 up top. Yep. Let's give these jerks something else to think about. You're going to come in here. You're going to go up there. Benny Davis is nearly spent. So Zhang-Jaik. Turkman needs to come off. Let's go. I hate using 2 defensive mids, but that's just me. I don't do it. I'd rather have more attacking players in front of the defensive midfielder. So the defensive mid's there just to offer a bit more protection to the defense. But yeah, that's just me. 2 great DMs. Can either of them play midfield? Let's push one further forward. I don't even know what changes to try and make here. Doesn't feel like anything's going to help us. Before, let's go. We're going to go attacking. We're going to do all the things. Two impacts and DMs. Yeah, I guess it can work. I don't have a lot of experience playing 2 defensive mids, so I can't really advise one way or the other. Other than if you've got 2 great ones, rather than trying to cram them both onto the pitch and possibly jeopardizing what everyone else can do for you, alternate them. Or whoever's in better form, they start. Yeah. The libero. Never used the libero. Nope. Never used one. Because I much prefer a flat back 4. It's just my thing. I think it was years ago I experimented with like wing backs and 3 and 2 wing backs and all sorts of craziness. But what the hell do I know? Because I'm 2-0 down against Jeonnam in a match we probably should have won. So, yep. Garbage. I hate this game. I hate the world right now. Here we go. Bring the ball back. Love it. Play it forward. Who was that to? What are you doing, you numpty? Right, so 2 up top definitely doesn't work for us. We are not that team. I probably would have been better off going strikerless and trying to stack the midfield. The idea was sound, which is they've got all of their players sitting behind the ball and they just want to sit back and hit us on the counter. So let's try and overload that defense and give that defense a lot more to do. We just didn't give them anything to do because we don't have any good players up front anymore. That makes me very sad. We've had no oomph going forward at all. It's just one up high. They'll probably win it. Play it through our defense. Furious. Ah, can we have a job offer, please? That sucked. And that drops us down to 3rd friggin' place. It is gross. We're trying to get a job in Europe, and you clowns go out and just screw the pooch massively in one of the biggest games of the season. We beat them last time, didn't we? What did we do last time? Where are you, jerks? Yeah, we beat them 2-1 away. And then they come to our joint and freaking embarrass us in front of our own supporters. Ugh. None of you get a day off. You're crap. Hey. I really don't like losing. We're gonna hit continue a couple of times. This is the kid. You're not offering enough money. Do one. What did I pay for you? I paid a fortune, as I recall. 26.5 grand. So not a fortune. You'll need to give me 100 grand for him. Thanks. What about 60? Okay. He don't want to be here, he wants to consider his options, he wants to go, let's let him go. I don't need anybody on this page. Plus it's an extra bit more spensies. We just hit and continue for a couple of days here. See if any job offers come in. Holy crap, to play 20 goals this season, conceded 38 goals, and you reckon he's a 3.5-star keeper? Let's compare him. So supposedly he's better at shot stopping than Lisi Juan. Lisi Juan's played 22 games, conceded 20 with 10 clean sheets. He played 29, conceded 46 with 5 clean sheets. You're on a 6.92. He's on a 7.03. He's taller than you. He's less eccentric. We don't need another goalkeeper. As long as we've got Lisi Juan, we are fine. Maybe instead of shopping for a striker, I should shop for another centre-back. That's probably not the dumbest idea ever, is it? Lee Handbum, he sure does. How much would it be to loan him? Can't afford to loan him. Sucks having a long save. Real players in the league are aging. Yeah. Well, that's the trick. If you want to learn more about them, just fire up another save and start as their manager. Just up your stats and stuff. So, like, not everybody hates you when you get there. But yeah, if you want to see how, like, Haaland is or whoever, yeah, just fire up another save. Fiddle with that as an alternative. This is the first year I've actually run multiple saves. I've never done it before. And I'm really enjoying it because I've got this one, which is here for like me and all you lovely folk here in Twitch land. And then I've got one offline that I do talk about, but that one's just for me. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I don't really enjoy one over the other. I enjoy them both a lot. I've loved this save with Adelaide and Jeonnam and whatever comes next. But I've really enjoyed the offline save as well, because the offline save has been absolute bedlam and madness every step of the way. So much failure. Just so much failure. Reports. Get your first scout report on him. Oh. Get your first scout report on this guy too. Hey, he's a lad. Nestri Erankunda. He won't want to come to us. It's big wage, star player, big pay rise, preferred positions, left winger, intensive language coach. No. Too much money to spend for a car. Kind of multiple managers in one save. Thought about doing that, it would get confusing. No, not multiple managers. Not multiple managers. I'm talking about another save. So the save you're playing now, keep that one going as is, but then just start another save with either your same manager profile or create a different manager profile, completely separate to the one that you're in, to learn about those players. Look at this crap. These guys have been on loan at this club for 18 months and 10 games between them, or 10 starts. Ridiculous. That's their military service. We're not going to Claremont, we're not going to Non. We're just not going to get this move, are we? Trying to bring staff players with me as well. I'll do that. I haven't really taken anyone with me. Because it costs money to do it. And most of my staff have been rubbish. They honestly haven't bothered. And even players, it's like going to a different club, unless there's someone who is an absolute standout, then yeah, I wouldn't bother taking them. Because it depends on the move too. Like if we're going from Korea to, for example, if we went from Jeonnam to a club in Serie A, I wouldn't take any of these players with me. Because even Ben Davis, who's been great, and he's like a 5-star player here at Jeonnam, he's not good enough to play in Serie A. And most of the players we had at Adelaide United in this save, like Marko Arambasic, every time we've scouted him since, and our scouts aren't that good, but every time we've scouted him since, the scout report has been like, meh. And his performances since we left Adelaide haven't been great either. So yeah, players I tend not to take with me, unless there's someone that I, have fallen in love and adore. Then it's different. So again, going back to my FM21 save, when I left there, I ended up at Lille in France. I couldn't afford to take all my favourites from Swansea to Lille, like Angelo and the right back midfielder, blah, blah, blah. But I could take a few players that I'd been developing from like the youth team, who I thought could be really good. So I did that. And those guys became like superstars at Lille. But Lille as a club, as a group of players, they were nowhere near as good as Swansea. Yeah. The dynamic play potential, all that stuff, that's the thing too. So even your scout reports aren't always going to be 100,000% reliable. But for me, the proof is in the pudding, in that, like, within the game universe, it's regarding the K-League as the best league in Asia, and the Australian League 7th. So the players we've got available to us here are going to be better than what's floating around there. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But if this crap run of form goes on too much longer, I would have loved managing this small little Spanish club. Very sad. That would have been fun. We could have done like a road to glory with whoever these guys are and tried to turn them into something worthwhile, but it's not to be. Sad times. An interview at Khan. Don't know how to say it. Nobody does. It's a mystery. We'll ask him at the interview. Hey, Maxie, how you doing, buddy? You wrote about not being able to speak the language. We're literally sitting here having a conversation, Max. I think we'll be fine. Time for me to move on, take the next step. It's acceptable. Don't even sweat it. You're up for a few jobs. I'm exploring my options. You've previously been embroiled in media controversies. No, I have not. But I promise it won't happen again. I can work with your DOFA. No changes to your backroom staff. What are you after? Get promotion to League One. I love it, Max. I'm all for it. You're targeting a top half finish. We can absolutely do that. Transfer budget is realistic. Wage budget is fine. Nothing to request. Cool. Call me Maxi. We'll do business. It's going to be great. No to that offer. Ugh. Coaching staff suck. Get the editor and drag places stuff with League Club. You could. I avoid the editor like the plague. One, because it's confusing. I don't really understand how to use it. Two, I just like jumping in and playing. And then whatever happens, happens. Put the game aside. It's part of the fun. The unknown. And the sucky results that, like, last season in this save. By one goal, we lost the league. I'll never get over it. It's always going to bug me. But that's football. That's what it's like. Those horrible, horrible moments that seem to happen year after year after year, forever, until you get that one day when everything comes together and it all happens. That's what makes it all worth it. And you can't replicate that through the editor. When it happens organically and you've had a hand in it, and yeah, that's the stuff. It's like reloads or save scumming. I get why people do it, because this game is way more fun if you're just winning and you win everything. Totally understand it. I won't begrudge anybody their right to do it, but the real one piece of Football Manager advice I can give is, if you really want to enjoy the game and get the most out of it, don't save scum it. Resist the urge, resist the temptation at all costs. Just don't do it, and suck it up when you take a bad beat or a loss or whatever else, because whatever club you're managing in the game at that time, they have to do that every single week. If they get beaten, they're just beaten. That's it. They don't get to try again. Why should you? If you were a real Football Manager, you would not be able to do that. I'm not saying anybody in chat is. General advice. I mean, this is pretty huge. They're like a proper football club. Heard of them. Despite offering you an interview, the board do have slight reservations about your suitability to deliver the club's vision. This is mainly the result with slight reluctance towards making set pieces an important part of your approach. This is a big interview. I'd love to manage this club. Salvador would be awesome. Football transcends language. Yeah, I like that. With your team currently defying expectations, you're perhaps looking to take advantage by moving whilst your stock is at its highest. Yeah, we've done a lot of good. Why have you felt it acceptable to apply for a number of jobs? It's acceptable when you consider how long I've been in management. You're up for a few jobs right now. Are you hedging your bets? I'm considering my options. You've previously been avoided. No problems if I get the job. You'll potentially be replacing someone who didn't enjoy a good relationship with fans. They will love me, Giovanni and Dari. We don't want to repeat of our last manager who had to part company with a long and successful career with the club. Giggle, because we won't. Would you be comfortable working with Daniele Fagiano? Absolutely. What sort of budget do you need? Nothing. Gain promotion, be competitive, blah, blah, blah. Yep, love it. Yep, win the league, can do. 12 million, I am all about that coin. Huge wage budget, hell yes. No requests. Call me, Sampdoria, let's do this. Yes, I heard all about the Melbourne Derby, and that's all we've heard about for weeks, and now basically no one gets to go to any games for Melbourne. So Melbourne FC or Melbourne Victory have stopped selling tickets, and the active support or the dues behind the goals aren't allowed in. So it's going to cost the club an absolute fortune, and rightly so, because it was the dumbest thing ever. Basically the whole thing, and this is what they kept pointing to, everyone was upset over here because the A-League grand final, like basically our version of an FA Cup final really, the league decided we're going to sell the rights to host that game to Sydney for 3 years or 5 years in a row or whatever it was. I think it was 3 years, which we didn't do. It circulated all the time, and it was like the only sport we've got where the clubs, through their performance in the league, could win the right to host the grand final in their city if they made it, which is a huge advantage. The league decided they're going to take that away. Yeah, it is stupid. It's ridiculous. So everyone was upset about that. So every team organised like peaceful protests. 20th minute mark of the game, everyone was going to walk out, and that was it. These clowns from Melbourne, all of them idiots, and frankly, as you put it, I'll say it, dickheads, who weren't there for football. They were there to start trouble and then start fights. And if you want to argue with me about that, I'm sorry, but I've never once gone to a football game wearing a balaclava or anything to cover my face. Not even during COVID, because you couldn't go to games. Don't try the mask argument. Never had to wear dark sunglasses at night. And you can generally pick them because the pack of morons are all standing there wearing black shirts and not club colours because they think they're hardcore, or a bunch of hooligans from the UK, or a bunch of ultras from Europe, or whatever else. They're all idiots. All the keeper did was toss a flare back over the fence, and they've lost their mind. Now, some people have argued, he shouldn't have thrown the flare back, he's an idiot, it's all his fault. The flare shouldn't have been thrown on the pitch in the first place. Why do you feel the need to take a flare to a football game? A, it's freaking dangerous. B, it's up the vision for everybody in the stadium because you can't see what's going on. And you look like a pack of thugs anyway. So why do it? What are you actually contributing by ripping flares at the football? It was stupid. He didn't throw the flare into the crowd. They've got footage of it, and you can see him at that stadium. You've got the goal line where the goal is. He's on the other side of it. Then there's advertising placards and everything else. And then there's a fence to the supporters, and he's tossed it back over the advertising placards between that and the fence where the supporters are. He didn't throw it at anybody. Whereas the supporters who were up in the stands were launching those flares at him, and then that bucket was absolutely thrown at him. So the keeper wasn't trying to injure anybody. Those supporters absolutely were. Yeah, as Dropbear said, that segment of the crowd, because it wasn't the whole crowd, but that segment of them was spoiling for some sort of trouble. They wanted it. They actively sought it. They found an excuse, and then they took it to the absolute extreme. And every single person who's set foot on that grass should be banned for life from football. Not that it matters, because some of the people who did it had already been banned for life from football, but can still get into a game. So just figure that out. But that whole situation is ridiculous. And the league, like the APL, the Australian Professional Leagues, who took control of it all over here a few years ago, they have actively encouraged a lot of the behaviour that leads to this shit over the last few years. I read that one guy had already taken off to Europe. Like, oh, they're pulling a point break. We'll get him when he comes back in. He's not coming back. But yeah, allowing flares in stadiums is stupid. Not throwing people out or questioning them. Why are you wearing a balaclava? Why are you covering your face? What's the point? There's only one reason you do that. If you don't want to be recognised. Why don't you want to be recognised? Because you're probably doing the wrong thing. And whether hardcore supporters or ultras or whatever you want to call them like it or not, the league here and pretty much everywhere around the world, those clubs aren't marketing to wankers like you. They're marketing to families because they want mums and dads in. They want them to bring their kids because they spend more money at concession stands, and then the kids grow up loving football and come back with their kids and their grandkids, and that's what keeps it all alive. And there's a very, very, very small segment of so-called football supporters around the world who hate that and resent it and don't want to see it. And it's incredibly short-sighted and stupid, but it's the nature of the beast. Oh yeah, in the Eastern European leagues, they do it all the time. We're not Eastern Europe, and it's a very different culture over here, and the way that stuff looks from the outside, it doesn't look inviting. And at least from my perspective, and I could be wrong, but the people that looks like fun to aren't my kind of people. Like, to me, it doesn't look like fun to be in an environment with 30, 40 flares getting ripped, because as a parent and as an old man, to me, that shit's dangerous and I don't want a bar of it. It's not that they're Serbs. That's not the issue. It's never been the issue. It's not a race thing, and it's not even a cultural thing. Part of the issue is that the A-Leagues actively discourage the so-called ethnic element by not allowing those older clubs from the NSL into the league at all. Clubs like Brisbane Strikers were just like not even really considered, even though they'd won the NSL. So there's been a lot of pent-up resentment about that. But over time, it took 2 or 3 years, but a lot of those supporters jumped on board with the A-League clubs in their city anyway, because they didn't have the option. And that was always the plan. But yeah, you've got those the like cultural pockets, I guess, in every city. But the behaviour around all the league is very, very different. And and having been heavily involved with A-League stuff over the years, and this has gone back a fair way because I've been out of it for about 10 years now. But even in the very, very early days of the A-League, all the way back to season 1, there were issues with victory on away trips and even home games. There were always issues. Issues with every club. The only club there were never problems with over here in Australia was Perth Glory. Their fans were fantastic. Super respectful, super awesome. They loved the game, they loved their team, followed them all over the country, did more travel than everybody else. and as far as I'm aware, never ever put a foot wrong. Melbourne were the opposite of that. Issue we get is funny talking to people in the UK. I think it's a snobby sport. Some clubs only supporting players of certain ethnicity or something. No, it wasn't that clubs were only supporting certain ethnicity. Like, the older NSL clubs, where the clubs were founded, because Australia basically is a nation of immigrants. The only native Australians are Aboriginal people. That's all. Anyone who looks like me, we're not from here. We're either shipped in from England as convicts, or people emigrated here from places like Italy, from Greece. Nowadays it's from Africa, Asia, all over the world. People were coming to Australia. So as people were coming over and they were working in like gold mines or coal mines or wherever the jobs were, and they were coming to do them, they brought football with them. So there were like English people who were convicts or whoever playing football, and then there were Italian people moving over playing football, and Croatians and whoever else. And they founded clubs around that, and those clubs lasted years, in some cases decades, or almost 100 years, and they're still around. But yeah, I find it weird that they'd see it as a snobby sport. I think the perception or the blame for any quote-unquote hooliganism here was always pointed towards the ethnic clubs or the ethnic element. And for mine, that's never really been the case. The people who do that stuff are just dicks. Work as a guitar, but we didn't die. Yeah, there's probably an element of that, but I ain't going there. Not going there. I'm not gonna pull a Gary Neville and make that comparison. No. That's a mugs game. But yeah, semi-pro Sydney sides. Yeah. And again, that's not the whole club. That's just a few of their people. But the penalties and the flow and effect of that has to be targeted at the club. Because the club needs to make it clear that element is not welcome here. We're not having it. No. We don't support it. We don't endorse it. We want it out and get it out of the game. But yeah, if anything, I think whatever penalties got levelled for that one in the FFA Cup, they weren't strong enough. They were way too lenient. The big protest in Qatar. No, I think the bigger fuss was made about the slavery. The bigger fuss, at least here in Australia, the focus really, there was talk of women's rights, absolutely, as there should be. But the bigger emphasis here was on the workers and the general human rights questions, or not questions, the human rights violations. Yeah, you never... If they could eliminate the, I hate the term, hooliganism, or whatever you want to call it, it would have been eliminated. The bottom line is that the nature of human beings is there's always going to be assholes. They just exist. And if anything, it's worse now than it used to be. Because we literally have people who truly believe the earth is flat. Let me repeat that. We literally have people who truly believe the earth is flat. We've got people arguing that vaccines are evil and trying to mind control them, and practically running around in tinfoil hats and doing all this stuff. And I hate talking about politics, and we're not going there. But I'm just saying, the amount of misinformation or bad information that's available to people, and the lack of education around the ability to think about things critically and to weigh up multiple sides of an argument to form an informed and educated opinion. The imbalance between those things has made the world a worse place. That's my 2 cents. Hey, Spencer. Thanks for the follow. Sorry, I missed my chat there because I was rabbiting on. Let me just scroll back. Places like Qatar, apart from economic activity. Yeah, the way Qatar handled all the outcry and everything else, I thought was horrible. And the way they just sort of ignored everything is kind of disgusting. You find it on YouTube. John Oliver from last week tonight did a big piece on the World Cup and Qatar. It's well worth a look if you haven't seen it. Australian media always picks on the sport. Yep, Australian media will always pick on the sport, especially your channel 7s, your channel 9s over here, because they don't make any money off the A-League. They make their money off AFL or rugby league or rugby union or cricket. So every other sport is going to come out smelling like roses. They forget the fact that, yeah, what happened between Melbourne Victory and Melbourne City wasn't pretty. But who was the last A-League player you heard of being arrested for rape or put in jail for beating the crap out of somebody, or like getting done in drug deals or any of that stuff? That sort of stuff tends to happen more in your AFL, NRL, rugby union, cricket. So, but everyone forgives that. The player gets suspended for a while, they come back and all's forgiven. Like Shane Warne. Yeah, we're all hooligans again now. Yeah, we're all monsters. Sticking fingers in bums. Where'd that come from? What do you mean? Just like not doing anything? That makes more sense. I was very confused. Oh, yes. The Hopawati maneuver, as it's known. Where he lives, 2-hour drive. Well, that's the thing with football in Australia. You probably don't have to drive that far for a decent adult sign. There's football everywhere. There's more football, or soccer, there's more football all over this country than any other sport on any given weekend. I can walk 5-10 minutes in any direction from my place on a Saturday or Sunday, and there's a football game happening. Guaranteed. It's everywhere. Be it juniors, be it teen level development leagues, be it seniors, be it old boys, whatever. It's all out there. And some of the best games, or some of the games I've most enjoyed have been games where I've been randomly going somewhere, and maybe it sounds creepy. Maybe I'm a creep. I don't know. But I'll stop and just watch a game of football. Don't know who the teams are. Don't know who the players are. Just watch them play. Pick a side and enjoy. I love that stuff. Yeah, you are kind of, you know, out the arse end of nowhere, drop bear. So you kind of brought it on yourself. I'm just taking a piss. Yeah, because you still get that attitude here in Australia too, which has always been there, that playing football or playing soccer is soft, or it's a game for pussies, or whatever it is. So that's never gone away. But, you know, I doubt there's... I'm not going to do the comparison thing because it's not worth it. They're completely different sports. Completely different. And there is no comparison. People just like what they like. Yeah, the social aspect, exactly. And that's what I liked most about going to the football, is that sense of community. And even in and around the club, because again, I was pretty heavily involved. So I was dealing with like the clubs and the chairman and meeting the coaching staff and office staff and all that stuff. And everybody's working together for the same things. And at the time, the supporters were a part of that. And they wanted the supporters engaged, and they wanted supporter opinions and everything else. Didn't always take them, didn't always apply them, but they wanted to hear it to know whether or not they were on the right track. But when it came to game day, people you have never met before, if they're wearing the same color as you, you can be best mates for the next 2 hours, no matter what. And you may never see that person again at another match, but they were there that day, and they were there to support your club or your team, and that's all that matters. One night in winter. That's horrible. Yeah, I fell into the Sunday League hardcore back in Brizzy. I just realised I could have been clicking continue and doing all sorts of stuff the whole time. I got totally distracted by the conversation. And holy shit, it's past midnight. I was going to wrap the stream up after 2 hours, and you lot got me ranting. How dare you? How dare you get me voicing real opinions and talking about issues and trying to sound intelligent and crap. God damn. I've got a reputation of being an idiot to maintain. I've probably only reinforced it in the last hour or so, but still. Where's the flag? I'm out of here. Peace. But no, I am going to wrap it up there. 2 grounds for cricket in the AFL. Yuck. They're not even the right shape for football. It's disgusting, drop there. It's just wrong. There's your mission. There's your New Year's goal. End of the year. Dedicated square stadium in your hometown. Or square football ground, at least. I like it. But yes, I'm going to bail on the stream because after midnight, I need to go to bed. I'm getting tired. And otherwise, I'll just keep talking. But thank you to all of you for tuning in and for the convo for the last hour or so. That was fun. We should do more of that stuff. Who else we got to thank? Natural Red for the raid and the follow. Sorry, Natural Red. I missed the follow completely because football manager and everything else going on. But appreciate it. Saucy Man 1 and Alex Purser for the follow. You're all credit to the species. And thank you for doing so. Much obliged. We owe you one. Build it and they will come. There's Power Pigs nailed it. I can't top that. That's the note to end on. Solution for football. Build it and they will come. Do not take that out of context and don't clip it and take it out of context either. We're going to end the stream there. It's been fun and painful at the same time. Results. Ugh, the worst. Anyway, until next time, I shall see you next time. Later, people. Change my mind. Let's do a raid. I always forget to raid. We're going to raid someone. Let's find someone to raid. Can we raid? Who do we raid? How do I raid? Are raids even real? What is this raid of which you speak? Let's search for someone playing Football Manager. Don't go to that page, Twitch. Oh, you're so annoying. Why do you hate me so? Don't even know what I'm doing. I don't want to be at this page. There we go. That'll sort it. Search. Football. Football Manager English. Well, we're not going to hassle any of those people. That just seems dumb. We're going to go see Dan Talks Nonsense. I'm going to bail, but check him out. Say hi. and enjoy. Let me type his name in. That will help with the whole raid thing. Ha ha ha. Get out of there. I don't want to actually go. Good lord. Right, we'll give this a shot. Thanks again all. Oh, why didn't it work? I can't. Because he's a naughty boy and his stuff is intended for mature audiences. So, what the hell? What about this dude? No. Forget it. We're not raiding. I'm going to bed. Still too hard. Actually, no. Here we go. Bye all.